Hey, happy Friday. Thank God it's Friday, whatever you want to throw at it. It's almost weekend, so before you venture out into the weekend, whatever plans you have, I want to talk to you about why numbing your stress and your anxiety with your nightlife activities isn't always a good idea. Now, before I dive into that, if it's your first time watching one of my lives, say hi, let me know where you're from, what you're doing in nightlife, if you're a party lover, party animal, if you're a DJ, or if you're somebody working behind the scenes and really loves the dance music industry community and everything it has to offer. As for me, my name is Eileen. I am the founder of the Unicorn Mothership, and I help party people like you find their direction so that they can feel confident and motivated about the lifestyle they choose. Now, as I said, I wanted to share a little bit more about why it's not always a good idea to use your nighttime shenanigans to numb your stress. Now, what I mean with that is I want to demonstrate that with an example of a client of mine, and we just talked about this week, and I think it will demonstrate it nicely. So she's the kind of person that she's working by day. She's not really super happy with her job right now, and is looking to shift and to really find something that she's really passionate about so that she can build a life around that. And preferably she wants it to be around her passion, which is to be creative with music and dance. Now, it really stresses her out that she doesn't know what to do, what kind of job to do, what to do with her life in general, who she wants to be, and how to build a life around that. So we have uncovered by talking through a couple of things this week that she uses nightlife and going out as an escape, which in itself, I am not judging. There is nothing wrong with that. But she's using it as an escape because she's not feeling confident and motivated about what's waiting for her at home, which she feels like is nothing. And that's definitely something that I can relate to. It's something that I've felt for years and years before I became a nightlife coach, before I became a lifestyle consultant that I am now. So this is something that I definitely relate to because I have been working within the dance music industry community for at least 15 years, trying to find my passion, trying to find my direction, trying to find the thing that in my heart of hearts, I really wanted to do. And I think a lot of people out there are like that, especially if you're drawn to a sector like the dance music industry. You just really are looking for something that's giving you a thrill, that's going to allow you to experiment, that's a bit more alternative, because that's really what the dance music industry community provides. It's always been a very open community, open-minded, and a place where you can try out new stuff. So a lot of people feel drawn to that, whether it's just by going out, whether it's by, making a career in DJing or music producing, or whether it's just as a promoter, throwing the parties, working behind the scenes, whatever it is that you do that draws you to that community, and that makes you want to build your life around that. Now, obviously that comes with some restrictions and some difficulties, because it's not really a regular lifestyle. It's something that has an impact on your health and your well-being if you're not careful, because you're not really getting enough hours of sleep at times. You're not really eating regular meals. You're maybe drinking and taking drugs. So obviously all of those things will take its toll if you're not balancing them out nicely with your life by day and or your job. So if you don't feel like you have direction in your life, then it can really feel daunting to get up in the morning, feel motivated about your day, because you just really don't know where you're going and what to do, right? So you don't have a clear direction. You don't even have a purpose. And so for a lot of people, it can feel really daunting. And in that case, and again, I can relate to that, it can feel really alluring to just escape that for a little bit and just go out and forget about all of it. Just hang out with your friends, with your favorite people, with your favorite music, your favorite DJs, your favorite producers who are playing out somewhere, and just really dance it all away into the nights, into the early mornings. And then maybe go into an after party because you don't feel like going home, because again, you don't really feel like there is much to go home to. And I'm not talking about, whether or not you're single or in a relationship, it doesn't really matter. It's really about your own inner sense of direction and your own purpose and your own passion that you're working at day by day. If you don't have that, it can feel really daunting to go home and then just be there and be confronted again with the fact that, oh, well, I don't really know what to do with my life and this is kind of boring and it's stressing me out, to a point where maybe I'm starting to feel really a lot of anxiety and panic around that. So a lot of people will go out to forget about all of that, and they will be like, oh, I'll just deal with it later, and they'll just push it aside, push it aside, push it aside, until it becomes a real problem, and until you get into this cycle of trying to ignore it. You keep going out because that's your way of blowing off steam. That's like your favorite thing to do. But then before you know it, it really starts to get to your health and your mental health and your well-being, which in turn is not going to help you to find a clear direction in your life. And it's definitely not going to help you to feel confident and motivated about the lifestyle you choose. So it's not always a good idea to keep doing what you're doing and to keep going out and to keep using that as a way to blow off steam, in the case that you really don't know how to find your direction. Now, the thing is, usually when we do this, when we escape in nightlife because we want to escape our daily life, when we do this, usually it's something that we do unintentionally, okay? Because if you are doing this intentionally, then I would definitely urge you to reach out to someone and talk about it, because you are going down a rabbit hole that you may not be able to climb out of by yourself. So if you're doing that intentionally, going out just to forget about your daily life and or taking drugs and alcohol, like, reach out to someone. You can PM me, or at least go talk to your general practitioner or a friend, or if you have a therapist or a psychologist, please go talk to them, okay? Like, do it before it's too late. Know that you can reach out to me as well. But if you're doing it intentionally, reach out to someone. If you're not sure that you're doing that, so escaping your daily life by going into your nightlife shenanigans, then you're probably doing it unintentionally, but you probably have this nagging feeling, maybe this feeling of guilt, like, I shouldn't be doing this, but I don't know what else to do, and it's temporarily making me feel better, so whatever, fuck it, I'll just do it. If that's you, then you're probably doing it unintentionally. And then I want to help you to uncover what's behind that, what thoughts are behind that are causing that behavior and that are resulting in you not feeling confident about the lifestyle you're choosing, not feeling motivated about it, and just ignoring the fact that you don't have a direction in life, okay? So the way to do it is by using a self-coaching model. And I was actually reminded of this by my own coach this week. And yes, I am a coach, and I constantly invest in support because I need to be coached just to improve myself and to show up better for you. Also, it would be really weird not to practice what I preach. Like, I'm not going to ask anybody to invest in me as a coach if I'm not doing the same. Like, I'm really walking my talk. But anyway, so my coach reminded me of this self-coaching model. I think the biggest advocate for this model is probably Brooke Castillo. If you don't know her, look her up. She's definitely one of the biggest advocates for this particular self-coaching model that I want to teach you today. And this model is based on circumstances, and then circumstances trigger certain thoughts. Your thoughts will determine your feelings will determine your actions, and your actions will determine your results. Okay, so it's circumstance, thought, feeling, action, results. Now, let me take a sip of my coffee. So you really want to look at your circumstances, which are usually neutral, and there is no way of having any interpretations around that. So, for example, your circumstance could be that you are currently trying to find a new job that you're passionate about. So there is no real interpretation there. It's very neutral. There's a lot of people out there who are looking for another job. That's just the way it is. Now, the thoughts that are triggered by those circumstances are very different depending on the kind of person that you are, and will be very different for different people. So for you, it could probably be that you're thinking, for example, I don't know what to do with my life, so I will never find a job. Then the feeling that you have about that is you feel stressed, you feel anxious about it, you don't know what to do about it, and maybe you feel guilty about it. There's all kinds of feelings that can pop up. Let's just say that it really stresses you out, you feel stress about it, okay? The action that will happen after that feeling is that you will go out to blow off steam and to ignore that you have that stress, because you don't want to deal with the stress. You don't want to feel it anymore. So your way to get rid of it, the action that you take, is by going out and doing all the things, okay? So I've already mentioned it. It could mean for you that it's going out until the early morning and maybe even taking drugs or alcohol. So that could be you, or it could be something else, but let's just say that's the example. The result is that you will not find a job that you're passionate about, and you won't find your direction. So it really is kind of a self-fulfilling prophecy, because the circumstance is that you want a job and you don't have it and you don't know your direction. That's just a circumstance. And by thinking those negative thoughts, you will feel negative things, you will take negative actions, or not even take action at all. Like, an action would be actually going out and finding a job. And then the result is that you still don't have your direction. So it's really all on how you think, feel, act, and then that's the results that you will be getting. Now, a way to get out of this, once you've detected your unintentional pattern, you can reframe it into something intentional. So in this particular example, it could mean, I want to find my direction. So that's your circumstance. Your thought could be, I'm feeling really excited about this because there are so many opportunities out there for me, and I'm really excited to go out there and explore them. Your feeling could be that you're feeling really motivated about it. You're feeling really motivated to do it. Your action could be that you start looking for jobs that are online, or maybe you hire somebody to help you, or it could be somebody like me, like a life coach, or it could be you could go to maybe a career consultant. Whichever country you are in, there are usually a lot of options out there for you. I know, for example, in Belgium, those options are free. So you could think about doing that, and then the result is that you will get more clarity on the direction you actually want to take in your life. So let me know what you think of this coaching model. If you have any questions about it, drop it in the comments below. If you like the content of this video, drop your favorite emoji in the comments below, because I would love to hear from you. I would love to hear if you're liking this content. If you have any other questions whatsoever, if something in this video triggered you, then please reach out to me, send me a PM, or if you're watching this video on any other channel except Facebook, you can send me an email. You can find my contact over at theunicornmothership.com. So reach out to me, don't be shy, I will be very happy to talk to you further. Before I drop off, I want to let you know that if you don't know this yet, I recently launched a new service. It's an email consulting service, which means that you get one-on-one consulting with me, but you can really fit it into your own schedule if that's something that's better for you. If you have a very irregular schedule, if you're very busy, you don't have time just to even sit down and find the time to sit with a coach for an hour, then this email consulting service is really perfect for you. Maybe if you're an introverted person and you don't, you're feeling a little bit shy about opening up to someone like this, like face to face, then email consulting is definitely for you. And also it's really perfect for people who are getting their foot into life coaching for the first time and really want to get to know the way I work, because I really have people in my coaching practice, I really push them to journal on a lot of things, to write a lot of things down. So email consulting really is the perfect way to do that, because you really have to sit down, think about the question you want to ask me. You only get to ask me one question per email. You get 2 emails per week. We do this for a whole month. So that's 8 emails for a whole month. So you really have to sit down and think about your questions. And then I reply to you within 48 hours. Within business days, within my office hours. Obviously, I'm not doing this over the weekends because I like to go party and take some time off. But so I will reply to you during my office hours. Usually that's within 48 hours with a reply up to 400 words, which will be very personalized, including actionable tools and resources, really customized for your personal situation. So that you have some extra time after that to really digest the information and start to get to work on it. Okay, so that's why you're only getting 2 emails a week. That's already a lot. And the benefit of having this email consulting back and forth is that you actually have time to sit down and digest the content. Okay, because also another thing with one-to-one coaching, it really happens in real time. It goes really fast. And for some people, it's really difficult to digest that, especially if they've never done live coaching before. So if you're interested in this, I still have spots available. Just let me know. Send me a DM if you're watching this on Facebook. If you're watching this on another channel, just reach out to me via theunicornmothership.com and I will be happy to talk to you. Okay, so that was it for today, for this week. I hope you will enjoy your weekend and I will talk to you again next week. Bye!